President Day on the White House lawn saying he's doing everything he can to stop the national crisis at the southern border. But to be fair, that's categorically untrue. As House Speaker Mike Johnson lays out, Biden has the presidential authority to do an awful lot. Restrict entry, expedited removal, discretionary and mandatory detention. The list goes on and on. He could reverse the 80 or so executive orders he signed at the beginning of his administration to make it easier for people to come here illegally. But rather than hammer on those points, Governor Greg Abbott, other Republicans insist on doing their own thing. Down at the southern border, Governor Abbott is continuing to put up razor wire to try and keep illegal immigrants out. The wire covers a mere fraction of the otherwise open border. I think reasonable people could agree there's a lot of, well, media stunt, publicity stunt part of putting up razor wire. Governor Abbott has 25 other governors who support him, including New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu, who joins us now. Good to see you, sir. Thank you. This is what I can't figure out. Republicans never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. You've got Democrats who've had this huge crisis, and then you give them this gift of, we're going to put up razor wire and get in a fight with the Supreme Court.
Well, look, we'll support Governor Abbott in whatever he can do at this point, because the federal government has completely failed in their ability and willingness to do it. And as you pointed out, Joe Biden could change that today. I mean, when I visited the Border Patrol agents will tell you very directly, this is strictly a policy change. That is why we have record numbers coming over the last 3 years. They're 4 or 5 times what we saw in recent history. So this is all policy driven. Biden doesn't need any more executive power. He has the power to do it. And the power is follow the law. Like, this isn't hard. The most amazing part of this is it's not complex. It's not complex.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You get no argument from me on this. In terms of what President Biden could do and what the law, frankly, requires him to do and requires his DHS secretary to do. But I'm just thinking about the politics of it, which is in the media, and you know that there's members of the media who's not fair, and you've got Governor Abbott who it's a valiant fight, I get it, but at the same time, putting up razor wire for 10 miles is not going to really stop anybody from coming over. The cartels are going to use other places. So instead, you allow the media to focus on Governor Abbott and Republicans defying the Supreme Court and putting up razor wire. Why?
Yeah, so a couple of things. What you have is these access points that are being completely abused. Eagle Pass is obviously one of them. We know all about it. Hundreds of thousands of people have used Eagle Pass. So by using barriers, razor wire, walls, whatever it might be, you can force the issue to certain pinch points where you can then have your resources, the National Guard deployed, the Border Patrol more active in certain areas. I mean, I had my National Guard down there helping in Texas for a little while. A lot of states were helping out there. But you kind of force the issue into areas that are much more manageable as opposed to 2,000 miles of, complete chaos. So that's really what it is. There's parts of the river that just aren't passable. There are parts that are.
No, I get that. I've been down on the border as well. We could sit here and argue about whether if you put people into pinch points, if they're going to come across anyway and the Border Patrol is going to follow the president's direction and let them out. But a different issue. I want to get your feeling on this because you're about as pragmatic as they get, and I think also much more policy-driven than partisan-driven. It's one of the reasons people like you and you're so popular in New Hampshire. There is this discussion about letting good be the enemy of perfect. Republicans want to hold out, say, for perfect. Donald Trump has been pushing them to hold out for that in order to make this a campaign wedge issue. Do you think it's worth Republicans compromising on these issues and giving Democrats some of what they want? Republicans get some of what they want? Or is it better for Republicans to hold out and gamble in November?
Look, I think a lot of people would agree that the southern border is one of the biggest national security issues, maybe the biggest national security issue we have. Any progress that can be made is worthwhile. The issue I have is no one really knows what this bill out of the Senate is going to look like. I've heard some theories about what it's going to be and some terrible provisions in there. If I'm the House of Representatives and I say, well, this bill is dead on arrival, Well, take the bill and fix it, right? Make amendments. That's the process. You don't just say no. You make amendments and send it back to the Senate. And that's the legislative process. Remember the old "I'm just a bill," in the 1970s? Schoolhouse Rock. We all learned how the process works.
I somehow missed the 1970s, Governor, but
but the point is, they can amend the bill, they can make changes, they can find ways to get certain parts of it done. So I just don't like anybody in Washington saying it's dead on arrival, or we're not doing it, or Joe Biden saying I can't do it. It's all I can't, pointing fingers at each other. Everyone in America wants this to move forward. You were up here in the First of the Nation primary, and the #1 poll issue, as folks left the ballot box, they were polled, they said the #1 issue is the southern border. So I don't care what party you're from, you better start getting something done. Joe Biden better start doing a job. And if I may, this is why I love Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley was a governor. She doesn't take the BS. She gets stuff done. She doesn't accept excuses. This is exactly why I love the fact that so many folks are galvanizing behind Nikki Haley, because she doesn't put up with any of this. She just gets the job done.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.